Так, надеюсь, меня слышно, все. Давно меня здесь не было. Были свои причины, почему. Да, здорово. Я вернулся. Так, озвучка английская. Давай качество поставим. Надеюсь, меня слышно, все. Давай на обычном. Ну, супер. Извиняюсь, так долго не было. Болезнь немножко прибила меня, да и были там свои немножко неприятности.
Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Файно. А как вообще в целом игра? Кайфовая? А то я в Alan Wake вообще ни один не играл. Вообще ни один. У меня первая часть есть, ремейк. Фу, голожопый. Какой бесстыдник. Хотя бы штаны и были, трусы натянул бы. О. Чего? Ну, смотреть. Ну, пройдем, посмотрим. Извините за кашель. Хоть я пытался лечиться, но кашель до конца не прошел. Блин, надо чуть-чуть прибавить яркости. Давай до 65. О, повиднее. Да стараюсь. Бля, грёбаная лень. Бляха-муха. А чё было? О, с кем я подъехал? Мне сюда надо? Как ты быстро бегаешь? Что идешь, что и бегаешь. Чё? Ну и как сходил? Надеюсь, удачно. О, машина. Ну вас нафиг. Ну вас нафиг. Стреляет еще. Главное мне не в жопу. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй. А что тебе делали? А куда бежать? Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй. Беги! Все. Ёп, моё. Все же поймали меня. А, когда? А, ну и хорошо. Фу, сердце вырвали. Распотрошили чувака. Это да, когда все болит, это займется. Я название неправильно писал. Ё-моё. Я неправильно название написал. Сейчас немножко перепишу по-быстренькому.
Hey kiddo, how are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer
Блин,
than I
а как
thought.
переписать?
I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Ну ладно, пусть пока в этом
Oh my
будет,
God,
потом
Mom,
переделаю
it's not
немножко.
your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right.
Ну и
Well,
супер.
Dad and I are just watching the latest
Это главное,
episode
что
of
уже
Night
перестал
Stranger.
болеть.
Mom, it's
Что ты
so
сейчас не
good.
мучаешься так.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Как синхронно было.
It can't can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley.
Да, Саня в последнее время начал много стримить.
Think of me as the backup.
Ну и хорошо. Правильно.
Okay.
Да я, блин, разгильдяй.
Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
Ну, я постараюсь им побольше стримов делать.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
А,
Time to get to work.
ну я вроде
Deputy was
выздоровел,
supposed to be here to show us to the
вроде
crime scene.
могу спокойно влиться теперь.
There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear. I'll check out that map.
Приглашение. Надо найти помощника шерифа.
Memorizing
О,
before we get swallowed up by the
так, а я карту
tree.
хочу посмотреть. Кошмарное место. Так, карта. Мгм. Получается, что я могу ходить по этой карте или что? Ну, ладно.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Hey, over here.
Ну, конечно, пока наркоз это идет, пока
It's
туда-сюда.
Casey, right?
Ну, это конечно.
Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by today for the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Ну, конечно, мы.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Давай смотрим.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Ну,
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
ну какой?
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Доска зацепка. Вы можете использовать доску зацепкой.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
Типа, если мне дали бы выбор, кем я был бы?
everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Я думаю, я был бы этим королем ада. Так. В смысле, Саня был прав? Так. Крестный Байт Холлс, произошло очередное убийство. Нужно найти душегуба. Нам нужно установить связь между преступлениями. Это да. Все жертвы попали без вести в 2010 году. Ну, да, вот, что вроде некроманта был бы. Что это мне как-то больше ближе ко мне. Как бы это странно не звучало, ладно. Все попали без вести в 2010 году. Больше ничего не известно. А пропажа жертвы в 2010 году, видно? Ну пиздец. Была бы вражда. Да не. В 2013 году тело нашли в неглубокой могиле. Труп обнаружен в озере Колондор в 2017 году. Кое-какие органы отсутствуют, и рыбы постарались. Судя по состоянию тела, оно не могло провести 8 лет в воде. Ну. Секундочку. Обнаружили 2 недели назад. Причина смерти — рана грудной клетки. Надписи на теле не обнаружено. Так. Метод убийства. Детали убийства различаются. Единственное, что объединяет трупы — вздутие. По причине смерти разные в данных случаях травмы клетки. Ну. На 2 убитых видены синяки. А-а-а. На 2 убитых видны синяки. Жертвы связывали ремнями. Последняя жертва умерла от травмы грудной клетки. Совпадает с убийством в 2018 году. Трудно утверждать виду состояние тела. Труп был в воде, вот почему так раздуло. Но только одну жертву. Имя. Портрет убийц. Тело жертвы убитый, пытаясь что-то сказать, или кому-то просто умер художник. Кроме года исчезновения, между ним нет ничего общего. Возможно, убийца спортсмен или охотник. Угу. Так, дела. Делам ничего нету. Ну, в принципе, все. О. Ну, мне первый больше нравится. Так, раздела нету, ничего нету. В принципе, здесь делать больше нечего мне. О, карта. А, ну, карта это карта.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache.
Конечно, демонов.
Too much sky.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Изучить нельзя.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Хе-хе. Мне еще попробуй съесть. Миррор Пик. Могучая гора вдали нечто иное, как Миррор Пик. Культовая достопримечательность с видом на озеро Колдрон. Под правильным углом вершина будет отражаться на тихой глади озера во всей своей вернутой красе. А-а-а. Так, дорога перекрыта. Что у нас там?
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Куда эта дорога ведет? А, ясно. Вот не просто так залить. Так, Mortal Falls. Это невероятное чудо природы. Будоражит дух и задает атмосферу всему пейзажу. Бушующие воды и у подножия водопада напоминают ступку и пестик, подобные тем, кто по преданию, которым по преданию пользовались ведьмы с озера Колдор, чтобы лечь по ночному небу летать. Угу. Что у нас тут? А,
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Что у нас здесь? М, Ай, на тебя. Кто здесь болтает?
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Кто-то здесь болтал.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
Хорошо, кто там болтал тогда? О, что это? О. Да ладно. Я боеприпасы нашел. Неплохо. Оба, у нас дом какой-то. Так, ты меня так не пугай. Хижина ведьмы. Ты ж... Ага, прикольно. Хижина ведьмы, тут жила ведьма озера Колдеру. Будь осторожна, возможно, ее дух до сих пор здесь обитает. Все равно проверить надо. Так, что у нас здесь? В принципе, ничего такого нет. Опять Миш мне сегодня сказал, что переезжать вместе с родителями. Хреново, ведь так и не призналась ей, что она мне нравится. Ну и смысл с ней говорить. Говорит, родители хотят найти нормальную работу и отдать ее в хорошую школу в большом городе. Ну и правильно. Кто хочет остаться в этом странном Брайт Холлс. Воскресенье. Короче, я признался ей, сказала спасибо. Вы бейте меня в стену. Понедельник. Вчера ночью снова улизнул из дома вместо того, чтобы, как обычно, пялиться на хижину у озера. Сходил к ней, хватит тупо сидеть на заднице. В общем, в хижине происходит что-то странное. Да выяснить, что за босс? Выясните, что. Добуду нужное снаряжение и вернусь завтра. Думаю, смогу забраться внутрь и сделать пару фотографий. Будет круто. Больше ничего нету. Ну, с которым ты сражался. Напомни, пожалуйста. Еще боеприпасы. Я много с каким боссом сражался.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake
Фрагмент рукописи.
detective.
О.
He hates those cheesy
Знаю,
crime
тут
books,
творится
but he really
полный
hates the
дурдом, но в
movies.
самый... Творится что-то как полный дурдом. Но в самый жуткий час не забывай, что Алан присматривает за ним. О! Хи. В смысле? Это улучшение? 3 быстрое попадание врагу в голову, 2 подряд оглушение будет длиться дольше. Размер магазина 50%. Удерживайте кнопку выстрела, чтобы перейти в режим автоматической стрельбы. Это существенно увеличит скорость стрельности. Здесь еще улучшать оружие можно. Вот не зря сходил. Что это, подъем наверх? Что это у нас тут?
Deputy Thornton, I take
А,
it.
That's me, at your service.
сейф
Ready to
пропустил?
get
Где
this
сейф
case
пропустил?
solved. And the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Welcome back, Anderson.
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Up and down psycho serial killers and
Не знаю, помню, какой сейф. Понедельник, 3:09. Замечена подозрительная активность. Разведчики показали, что... А где он? Где проверить? Был найден следы, на некоторые из них он сам же и затоптал. На будущее обучить разведчика. Вторник, 4:09. 4:09. Докладываю ничего, несколько животных, все как всегда. Среда, 5:09. После наступления темноты появились охотники. Браконьеры. Слышу пару выстрелов. Точно не наши. Надо присмотреть за ними. То забредут куда. Я смогу залезть туда обратно? Вопрос. Заперто. Печально. Так. Изучить. Новая зацепка. Это не зацепка. Вот, зацепка. Ланчбокс. Ланчбокс Алекса Кейси. Дарейка, топ. Что сделать надо? Что сделать надо? Ну. Ну, направляю. Во.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message.
Вот. Так, нашли странный бокс, наверное. Сейчас, секундочку, дай его. открыть не могу. Так, хорошо. Почему? С чего ты это решил? Что они еще хотят меня? Куда его перенести? Ну давай сюда. Ну. Во. Записки внутри. Это... Нормально. Все хорошо, я тебя понимаю. Если вдруг, я переспрошу. Не переживай. Так, у нас новая зацепка есть. Отлично. Так, погоди, а что мне показывает, что у меня улучшение есть? Да что мне показывает? Я ж не могу улучшить оружие. Мне не хватает. Так, хорошо. Ну да, я видел, что у меня только одно. Только не понимаю, почему не показывает. Так, ладно, ты говорил, где я спрыгну. Так, этот дом я обходил. Так, ты говорил сесть снизу. Где я спрыгнул? Нет, я не здесь прыгнул. Нет, не здесь прыгнул. Или все же здесь? А, ну здесь спрыгнул. Не, ничего нету, не сейф, ничего. Я сюда же спрыгнул? Да. Так, ладно. Пойду по сюжету. Ну, показывайте, куда идти. Так, что у нас здесь есть? Ничего.
Now this is the scene of the crime.
А,
We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tar. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
так, сердце рядом лежит, труп.
Step 1. Examine the corpse.
Ну, как смотреть тело?
Body
вот.
is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
После добавления нового изображения появятся новые вопросы. Угу. Задачи по доске зацепки можно на целях.
The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Так. Куда?
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about. Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues.
Рядом дом есть. Что за дом?
I
Заброшенный
think I
весь.
saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Дом не залезть.
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here.
Так, здесь завалено все. Чего ты?
Anderson! Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation. Nice talking to you, too.
Ну и ладно. Не хотите со мной разговаривать, не надо. Так, ладно, пойду к жертве дальше.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Что там?
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Так, больше ничего, да? А, вот еще.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Was he killed here, or brought here after? For display. Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters. Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the
В
Bureau?
смысле молчу?
I only know the
Изучаю
rumors.
все.
Depression led to booze.
Или меня не
booze led
слышно?
to Paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head. Chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI,
Вечная
came to
жертва.
Bright Falls 13 years
Нежистословный
ago.
Роберт Найтинг, бывший агент ФБР, психические состояния, исчезновение неизвестное. Кейси найден был.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together.
Я так понимаю, здесь небольшой открытый мир есть, правильно? Так, хорошо. Что теперь? Жертву мы познали немножко.
Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
Так.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
Блин,
Profiling.
интересно.
Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Если не болезнь, было бы все супер. Твои как? Так, может, обнаружен новый улик, стоит досье. Пропавший, ритуальное убийство.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Да, у меня свои были там немножко проблемы,
Nightingale was chosen as
пока
the
я не
victim.
стримил.
Why?
Кроме болезни.
Like the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
О, как.
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in it says otherwise.
Что это?
Always cheers me up.
Не худшая мать. Так, больше по досье ничего не может сказать она нам. Ладно. Тогда дальше.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This...
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big.
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
Черпак ведьма. Были каникулы до этого. Так понимаю, закончились. Так, черпак ведьм. Нет ничего загадочного в том, что озеро Колда получило свое название. Похоже на котел формы. Однако связано немало загадочных историй. Например, его считают проходом на тот свет. Если история о ведьме, чьим котлом на самом деле было озеро, легенда гласит, что местные шерифы обвинили даму в колдовстве, когда ее ухаживания остались без ответа. Ее утопили, но она выронила свой черпак, а из него выросло странное дерево, которое и назвали черпаком ведьмы. О, круто. Может спокойно на стриму сидеть. Позже она вернулась с того света, чтобы отомстить своим обидчикам. Может, изначально она и не была ведьмой, но точно стала ей теперь. Она убила шерифа, утопив его в озере, а затем вырвала его сердце и заперла в ящике. С помощью сердца она призвала его из озера, чтобы он мстил от ее лица. По крайней мере, так гласит легенда. Так.
Tracks. Barefoot.
Ну и хорошо.
Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Ну, а что, записку мы не смотрим?
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message. Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Интересно.
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game
Не
with us.
последняя.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Так, у меня новая улика есть.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Ну это послание, да.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Так, ладно, сейчас я приду. Я кое-куда отойду. Так, я вернулся. Так, ну продолжаем. Смотри, что у нас тут еще.
I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Так, это ведьма.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
Hey,
It's all
you made
about
it back.
control.
Good.
Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Ну, осматривай.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
А, понял. Обходной ключ.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
А, тут же срезать ключ точно можно.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Так. А шо у нас здесь? О! Какая-то записка. О,
A
опять.
lunchbox again. He's out here.
Так. Еще. Героиня, ты не одна. Героически тебе дня. Так, улика еще одна. Еще один матчбокс. Вот есть мы вместе героиня. В каком смысле кто и... Вот не зря зашел посмотреть.
Can't
что
fit
ты
the
решил
clues
такую
all
алгу
together
поставить себе?
yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
Tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Так. А, мы здесь проходили. Кажись. Так, есть налево, прямо и на... Так, куда ты пошел? Так, он направо пошел. А, мы оттуда, кажется, и пришли. Да,
Here we are.
мы там походили.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Эй, я думал, да тут покататься.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Помню. Но пока я болел, мне не было не до этого. Я посижу завтра над этим.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Я этим займусь как раз вместе.
Don't know, don't care.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my... I mean our float will be the belle of the ball at this year's Beer Fest.
А, еще не все обошел там.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Ой, блин. Воскресенье. Сюда мне надо или куда мне надо? Не могу понять.
Gotten big plans for the day after the festival? It's known as the...
That concludes our debate on whether pets should be allowed at this year's bake sale. For those of you just tuning in, you're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update.
Так что я пока 3 дня дома.
She never responded. But I have her uncle Tapio on the line from Watery. Tapio, are you there?
Yes?
Great. And Tapio, what kind of weather can we expect today?
Rain.
That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week?
Я сам угляду.
Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest?
No.
Deerfest is coming, rain or shine. And that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever.
Yes, I like this parade because they're one float in the shape of a swan. Long neck and everything. A very large swan.
Ah, so you're a fan of swans.
No.
Так, хорошо. Смысл улучшить оружие 3. Откуда у меня 3? Куда мне идти надо? Господи, дурочка. История домика. Здание построено в 1898 году как честь одного из первых поселенцев на территории будущего Брайтхолл и его окрестности в разных периодах оно используется как общественных целях, так и в качестве частного дома. И с честью выдерживает испытания времени. В 2015 году его аккуратно разобрали и перевезли в центр Брайтхолл, где заново построили. В 2016 году домик Элдервудского дворца вновь открыл двери для гостей. Так, что у вас тут есть? А, карта Вайтхолл. А что, радио у меня еще есть? А, музыка просто. О, Санька стримит. Да, Саня как раз стримит. Мне пришло уведомление.
Hey, how are you doing?
Take it easy.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Что у нас еще здесь есть?
I can't force it open.
Ну ладно, может, не надо. Ничего тут нету. Тут ничего нету. Не знаю, может, зря я все вхожу все. Не зря. Сейчас, секундочку. Озил Кодрун, знаете последние новости и сплетни, особенно вот про 2010 год. Сравните со старым делом о нью-йоркских культуристах. Сходство общей жертвой. Дело рук также преступников. Узнайте название того вкусного кофе, что подают в закусочные. Угу. В принципе, это же загадка. Че, ванна у нас хорошая? Ничего. А, блин. Заперто. Нету.
I can't get through this.
Здравствуйте. Ты тоже береги себя. Что вы тут делаете? Дрочите? Я вам дверь специально оставлю открытой. Ничего тут интересного нету. А, у тебя что интересное?
So sleepy. Just a few more days.
Так, ничего тут интересного нет. Ты кто?
Hello.
Здравствуйте, здравствуйте. Так, куда мне идти вообще надо?
Hey there. Hey, how's it going?
Well, I've got plans now by the sound of it. I'll head straight to the old view.
А, во.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Brinker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
Дети, покурите.
We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing? Sure.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Еще досьешки. Так, досье.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder.
Пиздец им.
They were telling the truth.
Так.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. I need to know more about the Code of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Цель культа. Что у него входит? Что за культ? Нет. Так, больше у меня нету ни досье, ничего, да?
The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Так, больше дел нету. Так, хорошо.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, didn't he?
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear friends.
Oh, God. Saga Anderson. As I live and
Ты еще кто такая?
I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter.
Чего?
That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
В смысле? А вот это реально что нечисто тут. Так, хорошо. Так, цель культа. Нет. Все интереснее, интереснее становится. Дело раскрыто.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Все равно как-то это очень странно.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Это очень все
Oh,
странно.
this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
How are you?
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
Сети заперли все.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give? The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Без перчаток, без всего. Класс.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Чего?
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Что за херень? Что происходит?
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light. He's coming. Need to be in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move.
Блять! Что за херня? Это все видел. Блять! Ёб твою мать.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move. Now. Vanished.
Что здесь вообще происходит?
I see their patterns.
А, блин, продолжить надо нажать. А я сижу тут, думаю, блин. Ой, придурок.
But he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. There is no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery.
Так.
Ugh. Doesn't look right.
Здесь сорвалась бомба, и Найтингейл уходится на сагу. Свет ранит и ранит тьму внутри, они становятся восьми. Что-то здесь не так, реально. А, ну это песня была.
Must be locked from the other side.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future? There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. Makes sense. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay? Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone? Magic's not real. Magic's not real. Right? Mulligan?
No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real.
No.
And magic's definitely not real.
Knew that.
Как использовать? Не понимаю, как использовать. Ну ладно.
I need something to cut this.
Так ничего. Где там внутри больше ничего нету? О. Что-то нашел. Вот аптечку нашел. Поместить. Ящик доступа. А, вой, наверное, тогда использовать. Ну, давай, например, сюда поставим. Нет, нифига. Ну, ладно, поместить. Пусть залезет здесь. Больше ничего нету. Так, я там все посмотрел. Я в ту дверь не зашел. А, тут дверь закрыта.
They're a fine pair.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. If only had a tour guide also.
Как смешно сделано.
Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh, wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Jaakko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have bolt cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere.
Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner Coffee Thermal.
Так, у меня по досье что есть еще? Не с этим кашлем. Где кабинет шерифа вообще? Надо его обыскать. Я считаю так. О, что тут? Ничего нет. Чё тут? Дорочные документы.
My client has been held here long enough.
Чего нет?
Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end.
I want out! Something bad's going down. I can feel it. Let me out!
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day?
Так, ничего тут
No,
нету.
I don't. Do you have any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? Well, it's a lot.
It doesn't budge.
Я знаю, что кто-то из вас ворует туалетную бумагу. Регулярно пересчитываю рулоны. День одному не хватает. А с ворами у нас не церемонится. Красть из-за потребнения шерифа? Серьезно? Однажды я поймаю воришку на месте преступления. Вышвырнут отсюда. Позорище какое. Какой псих будет считать рулон туалетной бумаги? У тебя, судя по всему, свободного времени полно.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, KC?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case, whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
В смысле? Я не Коля.
Rinse down, repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3.
Ничего, все окей.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex.
Ой, спасибо большое.
Casey.
Большая
Yeah, I've
редкость
heard
такое
the jokes at
слышать.
the office. Cold case, Casey.
Особенно в свой адрес.
Murder case, Casey. Sorry.
Uh-huh. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
У меня обычный микрофон на наушниках. Я в будущем планирую все сделать получше, намного лучше. И звук, и качество. И думаю, ролики делать.
The page says Nightingale's in something
У меня
called
большие
an
планы.
overlap. Need to figure out exactly
Пока
what that
возможность это
means.
их реализовать.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here.
Стараемся
A
стремиться к
world
лучшему.
operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
На расследование.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree.
Убийство.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't
Hello.
do a damn thing.
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on government business, fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Mom? Do you know
Извиняюсь за
anything
свой
that could
кашель.
help us?
People
Я
tend
еще
to
до
tell me
конца не
things.
вылечился.
The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
Ой, спасибо, приятно.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit
Ой,
those
ну всё,
sweaters for me and my
постесняли.
brother. Water, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family's from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater's just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
Okay, we're done for now. Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Так, я здесь все сделал. Так.
Where is Nightingale hiding? Where is the overlap? A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
Интересно, что дальше будет? Что я не помню, что...
Our crime scene drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Серьезно? Так, дела. Улики. Да, блин. Так, психологический культ. Символ культа. Угу. Своеобразная подпись. Они хотели, чтобы тело нашли, или просто вырезали что-то для развлечения. Хорошо, что у нас еще здесь. Так.
Monsters, overlaps, rituals. What do you make of all of this?
Я так понял, здесь типа... Да, есть монстрики, но... Что вроде не теневых людей, что вроде того. Я толком игру эту не знаю. Я Fallen Wake медленно играл. У меня первая часть есть, ремейк, а это вторая часть ремейка. Вот я толком не знаю ничего о ней. Так не могу сказать. Это типа что вроде хоррора.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
Согласен. Так, больше ничего нет, да? Так, это я все исследовал. Ага, что еще есть?
Nightingale.
Так, хорошо. Новая улика. Так, куда эту улику повесить? Ага. Ну хорошо. Пойдем к следам. Согласен. И так случайно заблудилась в лес. Пошла из дома. Что это?
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here?
Ну да. Бля!
I can feel something.
Фу!
A presence. Nightingale isn't far. I know Nightingale is
Сука,
somewhere around
извиняюсь.
Was a threshold.
Да я об этом же.
This place and the dark place. You're gonna be ahead. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle?
Я сам чуток подобосрался. Блин. Так. Да блин, этот кашель просто меня выбешивает. Ну это и слышали. Ну хорош. Ты там проверь штаны. Может не чуть-чуть, а конкретно. Всяко бывает. Так, если патрон дают, мне тоже ни хрена не нравится. Стрёмная вся эта хрень.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. Into the tree, not out of it.
Ё-моё.
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The
Ну
witch's
ничего.
hut.
Мы потрогаем.
Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap. Is Witch's Ladle the doorway into the overlap? If so, that's where I'll find Nightingale.
Да ё-моё.
Light is the key.
Очень дико
To stay safe.
извиняюсь за этот кашель. Не могу,
But for
потому что...
something more to be revealed.
Пипец просто.
I need to find the witch's hut.
Так, хижина ведьмы, хорошо. Тихо, тихо, не трать батарейки. Блин. Так. Да ё-моё, не то. Надо перезарядить. Угу. Это да. Так, хорошо, откуда я пришел? Я отсюда и пришел. А, наверное, не там напротив. И мой напарник исчез. Так, подожди. Сейчас надо включиться. Вот же я видел вывеску. Ты мне ничего не сказал. Я ее читал. Да. Куда я пришел? Ну, здесь я забрал лут. А, вот сюда пришел.
This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Follow.
This fuse is busted.
Эту записку мы читали.
This one looks good. People should really stop
О,
littering, though.
предохранитель. Нафига мне предохранитель? Вопрос на засыпку. Так, это мы тоже читали. Что, ведьму ставить задницу предохранитель? Да ёбу. А, во предохранитель, сюда надо. Ну чё, начинается веселуха. Термос с кофе. А, во, сохранение. Да. Так, пустой ящик сюда. Так. Вот я думаю, идти отдыхать или дальше продолжить. Да, как-то настроение становится не очень. Ладно. Я пойду отдыхать, лечиться. Завтра будет стрим. Я надеюсь, что будет 2 их. Я постараюсь. Все. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел. Завтра продолжим. Чудит тут. Все. Давай, пока. Если будет желание, завтра можешь спокойно заходить. Спасибо, что смотрел.